Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in Australian history, the most expensive and rare 2-cent coins. Some of these humble bronze coins have sold for thousands of dollars, even reaching values that could change your life. In this video, we'll break down the history, unique features, and rare varieties that make the coin so valuable. Let's explore the hidden value behind this classic coin. First up, the Australian 2-cent coin from 1966, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, holds a distinguished place in the annals of modern numismatics, serving as a captivating relic from the dawn of Australia's decimal currency system. Its introduction marked a monumental shift in the nation's monetary history, replacing the pre-decimal penny system with a modern decimal framework. For collectors today, this coin isn't just a piece of bronze. It represents the beginning of a new era, making it highly sought after for both historical and sentimental reasons. Its striking design, relatively short-lived production, and enduring appeal make it a favorite among numismatists, especially those interested in Commonwealth coinage and the evolution of Australian currency. The 1966 2-cent coin was introduced as part of Australia's decimalisation on February 14, 1966, a transition that modernized the country's coinage system to align with global standards. The 2-cent coin, minted at both the Royal Mint in London and the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, was produced in substantial quantities to facilitate the new currency system. While the coin doesn't commemorate a specific event or figure, its role in this broader transformation imbues it with deep cultural and historical value. It was also part of the last generation of circulating coins to bear the youthful effigy of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machine, used until 1984. The design of the 1966 Australian 2-cent coin is especially notable for its distinct artistic charm. The obverse features the aforementioned portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by British sculptor Arnold Machine, depicting the Queen with a regal profile and a royal tiara, an image synonymous with Commonwealth coinage of the era. The reverse, designed by Australian artist Stuart Devlin, showcases a frilled neck lizard, Chlamydosaurus kingi, an iconic and uniquely Australian creature frozen mid-display with its impressive frill extended. This imaginative and biologically accurate depiction stands out as one of the most beloved reverse designs in Australian numismatics. Composed of bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, the coin measures 21.59 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.2 grams. In uncirculated condition, the lustrous reddish-brown tone of the bronze enhances the coin's visual appeal, making well-preserved specimens particularly striking. Though the 1966 2-cent coin was produced in large numbers, approximately 217 million, were minted, rarity emerges when considering high-grade specimens and certain varieties. Most circulated examples show signs of wear, so coins in mint state or with original luster are far less common than the total mintage might suggest. Era coins from 1966, including off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks, are especially prized among collectors. Additionally, subtle die variations and striking differences between the coins produced at the Royal Mint and the Royal Australian Mint contribute to a growing interest in variety collecting within this denomination. Thus, while not rare in general, circulation, true rarity lies in pristine condition and specific error. However, uncirculated and proof-like coins can command higher prices, especially if certified by a reputable grading service. A high-grade MS-65 specimen might sell for between AUD $1,000 to $20,000, while error coins or exceptionally well-struck examples can fetch significantly more, occasionally reaching AUD $1,000 or more at auction. Proof coins, although not released for circulation in 1966, do exist as part of official proof sets and are of particular interest to specialist collectors. As the coin continues to age and high-quality examples become scarcer, appreciation in value has been observed, particularly in the collector-to-collector market. For those seeking to collect the 1966 2-cent coin, careful attention should be paid to luster, strike quality, and surface preservation. Coins stored in non-acidic holders or coin capsules tend to retain their natural coloration and sharp detail. The 1966 Australian 2-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a foundational piece of modern Australian numismatics, cherished not only for its historical relevance, but also for its elegant design and enduring charm. Though once common in pockets and tills, Today it stands as a nostalgic and valuable artifact, especially in top-grade condition or with notable errors. The 1966 2-cent coin promises both aesthetic enjoyment and long-term investment potential for collectors across the globe. And secondly, the most rare and valuable 1972 Australian 2-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history, cherished by collectors for its role in Australia's transition to decimal currency and its classic design. Struck during the early years of the nation's modern coinage system, this humble bronze piece carries significant historical weight and remains highly sought after in top condition. While not exceedingly rare in circulated grades, uncirculated examples, particularly those with full mint luster and minimal marks, command notable attention. Its appeal lies in both its accessibility for new collectors and its potential as a high-grade specimen for seasoned numismatists. The 1972 2-cent coin was part of Australia's decimal currency series, introduced in 1966 to replace the British-inspired pounds, shillings, and pence. Designed by Stuart Devlin, the coin features a frilled neck lizard on its reverse, symbolizing Australia's unique wildlife. The obverse bears Arnold Machin's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design used on Australian coinage from 1966 to 1984. The coin was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, with no mint mark distinguishing it from other years. While 1972 didn't see any major commemorative events tied to the coin, its production occurred during a period of economic stability, making it a well-preserved piece in many collections. The 1972 2-cent coin is composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, giving it a distinctive reddish-brown hue. Weighing 5.2 grams and measuring 21.59 millimeters in diameter, it features a smooth edge. The reverse showcases Devlin's intricate frilled neck lizard design, with fine details in the reptile's scales and frill that are particularly sharp in uncirculated specimens. The obverse displays Machin's effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, with the legend Elizabeth II Australia 1972. High-grade coins exhibit strong strikes and full definition in the lizard's features, making them especially desirable. The 1972 2-cent coin had a substantial mintage, meaning it is relatively common in circulated condition. However, uncirculated examples with original mint red, RD surfaces, are scarcer due to natural toning and wear over time. Coins graded MS65, or higher by PCGS or NGC, are particularly prized, with fully struck details and vibrant color. No major errors or varieties are known for this year, but well-preserved specimens in original rolls or mint sets are increasingly hard to find, enhancing their appeal. In circulated grades, the 1972 2-cent coin is modestly valued, typically selling for under $500. However, uncirculated examples, MS63 to MS65, can fetch between $2,000 and $1,000, depending on toning and eye appeal. Premium specimens graded MS66 or higher have sold for upwards of $2,000 in recent auctions. While not as rare as some earlier or error coins, its value lies in its condition and historical significance. The market for high-grade decimal coins has grown steadily, making this piece a solid addition to any collection. For collectors seeking the best examples, certification by PCGS or NGC is recommended to ensure authenticity and grade. Look for coins with full mint luster, minimal contact marks, and strong details on the lizard's frill. Original bank-wrapped rolls occasionally surface, offering a chance to secure uncirculated pieces. Reputable dealers, numismatic auctions, and coin shows are ideal sources. Proper storage in inert holders will prevent toning and preserve the coin's original surfaces. The 1972 Australian 2-cent coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors not only for its historical significance as part of Australia's transition to decimal currency, but also for its charming and intricate design. Struck in durable bronze, the coin features Stuart Devlin's iconic frilled neck lizard on the reverse, a celebration of Australia's unique wildlife, paired with Arnold Machin's dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. While millions were minted, making it common in circulated condition, high-grade uncirculated examples with full mint luster and sharp details are increasingly sought after, particularly those certified MS65 or higher by leading grading services, like PCGS or NGC. The coin's value is driven by its condition. with pristine specimens fetching premiums due to their scarcity in original red, RD surfaces, untouched by circulation or environmental toning. The 1972 Australian 2-cent coin is more than just pocket change. It's a snapshot of the nation's decimal currency history and a testament to Stuart Devlin's iconic wildlife designs. While not the rarest coin in the series, its charm lies in its accessibility and potential for high-grade preservation. For collectors, it represents an affordable yet historically significant piece with enduring appeal. As interest in modern decimal coins grows, this humble bronze piece is poised to remain a staple in Australian numismatics for years to come. And thirdly, the vast and evolving world of numismatics. The valuable Australian 2-cent coin from 1967 occupies a distinctive niche, not for its face value, but for the era it represents and the artistic legacy it carries. Collectors are drawn to this coin not just for its vintage status, but for its embodiment of a formative time in Australia's monetary history. As part of the second year of decimal currency, this coin appeals to enthusiasts for its classic design, relatively accessible, nature, and potential for high-grade examples that shine in curated collections. With the gradual disappearance of 2-cent coins from circulation, the 1967 issue has become a symbolic and increasingly collectible piece, especially in pristine condition. The 1967 Australian 2-cent coin was minted during a significant shift in the country's financial system, just 1 year after Australia transitioned from the imperial system of pounds, shillings, and pence to decimal currency. This reform was one of the most monumental changes in Australian economic history, modernizing commerce and aligning more closely with global standards. The 2-cent coin, introduced in 1966, was part of this new suite of decimal coins, and its continued mintage in 1967 reaffirmed its role in everyday transactions. Produced by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the coin also subtly reflects the stability and continuity of Queen Elizabeth II's reign during a transformative period for the Commonwealth. Visually, the coin carries an enduring charm. On the obverse, the Arnold machine portrait of Queen Elizabeth II presents a regal yet youthful depiction of the monarch, used widely in Commonwealth coinage during the 1960s and 70s. The reverse, however, is where the coin's character truly comes alive. A detailed and expressive engraving of the frilled neck lizard, designed by Stuart Devlin, one of Australia's most celebrated coin designers. This native reptile, captured in mid-motion with its distinctive frill extended, serves as a striking symbol of Australia's unique fauna. Struck in bronze, the coin measures 21.59 meters in diameter and weighs 5.18 grams, giving it a warm, reddish tone that deepens with age when properly preserved. While millions of 2-cent coins were produced in 1967, not all have survived in collectible condition. Over time, circulation wear and oxidation have reduced the number of high-grade examples, making uncirculated and proof versions particularly desirable. Coins struck with sharp detail and minimal blemishes, especially those graded MS65 or higher, are increasingly scarce. While there are no widely known minting errors specific to the 1967 issue, collectors remain on the lookout for strike anomalies, die cracks, or planche flaws, which could further enhance a coin's rarity. As with many vintage coins, rarity is amplified by condition, with flawless specimens commanding a premium. In terms of market value, the 1967 Australian 2-cent coin generally trades in the $1,000 to $5,000 range in circulated condition, reflecting its historical, but not overly rare status. However, high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those authenticated by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can sell for $2,000 to $6,000, depending on eye appeal and strike quality. Proof versions, although not struck for circulation, are even more valuable, with clean examples fetching over $1,000 at auctions or from private collectors. The value is largely driven by condition, aesthetic appeal, and the growing interest in decimal-era coins, as older collectors seek to complete their sets or younger collectors discover their historical value. For collectors looking to acquire a premium 1967 2-cent coin, several strategies can increase the odds of success. Begin by focusing on condition. Seek coins with full detail, original luster, and minimal contact marks. Certified examples offer assurance of authenticity and grade, making them ideal for serious collectors. Store coins in acid-free holders or capsules to prevent oxidation and moisture damage. Attending coin shows, browsing reputable online marketplaces, and networking with numismatic communities are excellent ways to spot potential bargains or rare high-grade specimens. When possible, acquire proof sets from 1967, which include the 2-cent coin in its most refined form. Ultimately, the 1967 Australian 2-cent coin offers far more than its modest denomination suggests. It is a piece of numismatic heritage, reflecting the national identity, artistic craftsmanship, and historical momentum of its time. For collectors, it provides an accessible entry point into decimal coinage, while also offering opportunities for investment and discovery through high-grade or proof specimens. As interest in pre-1990s Australian coins continues to rise, particularly those featuring Queen Elizabeth II in her early reign, the 1967 2-cent coin remains a charming, valuable, and culturally significant piece worthy of attention in any serious collection. And fourthly, the 1978 Australian 2-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history, representing the latter years of Australia's bronze coinage before its eventual demonetization. While not the rarest coin in the series, its appeal lies in its historical transition period, distinctive design, and growing nostalgia among collectors. As one of the last 2-cent coins minted before production ceased in 1989, the 1978 issue holds a special place in the hearts of decimal coin enthusiasts. Its modest mintage and well-preserved examples make it a sought-after piece, particularly in uncirculated condition, where its rich copper tones and sharp details shine. The 2-cent coin was introduced in 1966 as part of Australia's switch to decimal currency, replacing the pre-decimal penny. By 1978, inflation had begun diminishing the coin's purchasing power, though it remained in circulation for over a decade longer. The 1978 issue was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, symbolizing Australia's ties to the Commonwealth. This year also marked a period of economic change in Australia, adding subtle historical weight to the coin. Unlike earlier years, no major varieties or errors are known for this date, making it a straightforward yet collectible piece in the series. The 1978 2-cent coin boasts a classic design by Stuart Devlin, Australia's renowned coin designer. The obverse features Arnold Machine's mature portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, encircled by the legend Elizabeth II Australia 1978. The reverse displays a frilled neck lizard, an iconic Australian reptile, rendered in fine detail with textured scales, and a dynamic posture. Struck in 97% copper with small additions of tin and zinc, the coin weighs 5.18 grams and measures 21.59 mm in diameter. High-grade examples exhibit full luster, with minimal wear on the lizard's frill and the Queen's portrait, making them particularly desirable. With a mintage of approximately 62.5 million, the 1978 2-cent coin is relatively common in circulated grades, but scarce in pristine condition. Many were heavily used in commerce, leading to wear and discoloration. Uncirculated examples, especially those with original red, RD, or red-brown, RB toning, are prized by collectors. No major errors or varieties are documented for this year, though minor dye variations occasionally surface. The coin's value escalates sharply in mint state MS grades, with top-tier specimens, MS 65 or higher, commanding notable premiums due to their eye appeal and historical significance. In circulated condition, the 1978 2-cent coin is affordable, typically trading for $0.50 to $5 depending on where. However, uncirculated examples in MS 63 or higher can fetch $10 to $50, with premium red-toned coins reaching $100+ in top grades. Certified specimens, e.g., by PCGS or NGC, often achieve higher prices at auction, particularly if they display exceptional luster and minimal marks. While not as valuable as key-date 2-cent coins, like 1966 or 1981, the 1978 issue remains a solid addition to any Australian decimal collection, with steady demand from both casual and serious numismatists. For collectors seeking high-quality examples, focus on coins with full original luster, sharp details on the lizard's frill, and minimal contact marks. Certification from reputable grading services enhances value and authenticity. Proper storage in inert holders, e.g. mylar flips or archival quality albums, prevents toning deterioration. Since the 1978 issue lacks major varieties, collectors often pursue it as part of a complete 2-cent set or as a standalone high-grade specimen. Reputable dealers, coin shows, and online auctions, e.g. eBay, heritage auctions, are ideal sourcing avenues. While the 1978 2-cent coin is not considered a high-value rarity, its long-term investment potential should not be overlooked. As Australia's decimal coins gain historical significance, well-preserved examples of this issue are gradually appreciating in value. Coins in MS65 or higher, particularly those with original red surfaces, are becoming increasingly sought after by specialists. Additionally, as more collectors complete date sets of the 2-cent series, demand for high-grade 1978 specimens is likely to rise. This coin represents an affordable yet promising entry point into Australian decimal coinage. The 1978 Australian 2-cent coin embodies a bygone era of small-denomination bronze coinage, blending historical significance with striking artistic design. While not the rarest in the series, its appeal lies in its accessibility, nostalgic charm, and potential for high-grade preservation. For decimal collectors, it represents an essential piece of Australia's monetary evolution, with enduring value both as a collectible and a tangible link to the past. As interest in pre-1990s Australian coinage grows, the 1978 2-cent coin stands as a modest yet rewarding treasure for numismatists worldwide. And now, the 1974 Australian 2-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, holds a distinct place in the realm of modern numismatics. While it may seem modest in face value, this copper coin has garnered attention among collectors for its historical resonance and enduring aesthetic charm. As one of the standard-issue decimal coins from Australia's early post-imperial currency reforms, the 1974 edition reflects a pivotal moment in the country's monetary evolution. Its appeal lies not only in its accessible nature, but also in its potential rarity in higher grades, making it a desirable target for collectors pursuing complete decimal sets or focusing on the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Introduced as part of Australia's decimalisation efforts, which began in 1966, the 2-cent coin served as a staple of daily commerce until its discontinuation from circulation in 1992. The 1974 issue emerged during a time of economic and political transformation, both domestically and globally. Minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, it was released during the early years of the Whitlam government, a period marked by bold reforms and growing national identity. Though not commemorative in nature, the coin is steeped in significance, as part of a generation of coins that bridged old British influence and Australia's burgeoning independent image. Its continued popularity among collectors today speaks to its nostalgic and historical value. One of the most distinguishing features of the 1974 Australian 2-cent coin is its design. The obverse showcases the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machine, a design adopted widely across Commonwealth nations in that era. The reverse features a beautifully stylized frilled neck lizard, an iconic Australian reptile masterfully rendered by artist Stuart Devlin. This artistic representation, struck in bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, gives the coin its rich reddish hue and smooth texture. Weighing 5.2 grams and measuring 21.59 mm in diameter, the coin exemplifies the quality and design integrity that defined Australian coinage of the 1970s. Collectors often seek coins with sharp detail in the lizard's frill and minimal wear. On the Queen's portrait, visual cues that separate ordinary examples from premium-grade pieces. Though millions were minted, the 1974 2-cent coin becomes increasingly rare in pristine condition due to circulation wear and the coin's withdrawal from daily use over 3 decades ago. While the coin itself is not inherently scarce in circulated grades, finding uncirculated or proof examples can be considerably more challenging. The Royal Australian Mint did not produce mint sets in massive numbers in the mid-70s, making top-tier examples less accessible today. Furthermore, coins with full original mint luster, minimal contact marks, and strong strike definition are coveted, as most surviving pieces exhibit signs of wear from decades in pockets and tills. Some collectors also search for error coins, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, which, though uncommon, add to the variety and intrigue of this issue. Coins with notable minting errors or proof strikes from specially issued sets can exceed these values, sometimes reaching AUD $100 or more at auction. The coin's steady appreciation is fueled by increasing interest in Australia's pre-1990s coinage, a trend bolstered by generational collectors and those seeking to preserve the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage. For collectors aiming to add the 1974 2-cent coin to their portfolio, several tips can enhance the pursuit. First, prioritize coins with original color and full detail, as many examples have been cleaned or heavily worn. Certified coins offer peace of mind regarding authenticity and grade, especially when dealing with online transactions or higher value purchases. When storing these coins, avoid PVC holders that can damage the copper over time, and instead opt for acid-free flips or capsules. Reputable sources include established numismatic dealers, Australian coin fairs, online auction platforms with verified sellers, and dedicated collector forums. As with all coins, patience and informed buying are key to building a valuable and visually impressive collection. In conclusion, the 1974 Australian 2-cent coin offers far more than its humble denomination suggests. It stands as a compact symbol of Australia's journey through economic reform, artistic excellence, and royal heritage. With its rich copper hue, iconic frilled lizard design, and the classic machine portrait of the Queen, it holds both aesthetic and historical value. Whether as a nostalgic relic or a carefully graded investment piece, the coin resonates with collectors seeking to preserve a chapter of Australia's numismatic history. As interest in decimal coinage continues to grow, this unassuming bronze piece may yet prove to be a rewarding and enriching addition to any collection.